Hey there, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope this message finds you well and thriving and living your best life. It's your girl Mwadi. I'm here today with another episode of Live by Design. This is a place where I hope you will find content that is informative, inspiring, and insightful. Hopefully, you all are doing well. Today is Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know what day today is. I'm late. I was supposed to film this episode on Tuesday, but I got caught up because this weekend is my first Women's Worth workshop seminar that I haven't done one in years. And I'm very excited about it. It starts tomorrow, Friday the 31st, and goes through the weekend. And so I've been prepping and balancing that with other things. So I got a little bit behind, but here I am today. Um, and I wanted to talk about something that an epiphany, an awareness that sort of just came to me really, literally just a few minutes ago. I'm in Boston and it's about 5:30 a.m. I got up at 4:30 and started working and reading and doing some sort of self-development work, trying to prep for the day. And you know what I realized? I realized that as much as I like to consider myself to be an aware, conscious person, that's aware of my surroundings and what I consume and all that, I have allowed myself to get caught up in the frenzy of the aftermath of the election here in the United States. And I realized this because I was scrolling on Instagram, just going through Instagram and looking at, the people that I follow, because I follow some very interesting people. And I realized that I'm getting more and more suggestions. You know how this, what is it, the algorithm, it'll suggest you this account or that account based on what you've watched previously. And I realized I was getting more and more suggestions to follow people in this sort of political arena. And I have also noticed that a lot of people that I follow who are typically politically inclined are also, more and more posting about what's happening with the president and the policies that are happening and the fires that are happening and things that are happening in the Congo and so forth. And I think it's critically important to be aware of what's going on in the world. At the same time, I think it's important to consume information um, that allows you to move forward and do something about it. We have a tendency to think that complaining about a problem and doing something about a problem is just are the same things, and they're not, right? And so we continue to scroll and repost and share, which is, for some people, that's the way they feel connected. But I realize that for me, that's not actually activism. What that does is it for me to be inundated with images of suffering and negativity and just all the stuff that comes with it, it actually breaks my spirit down, and it um, makes me angry, makes me anxious, and will sometimes make me a little bit hopeless. And those are not states from which anything positive can happen. I am not at my most eloquent when I'm angry, upset, or anxious. I am not at my most productive when I'm angry, upset, or anxious. And I am not able to figure out ways to be of actual service, to have an actual impact when I'm angry, anxious, or upset. And so, what I made the decision to do, which I've been doing in my mind, and I'm going to be doing today as well, is I'm unfollowing and I'm muting some accounts because I need for my algorithms to bring me to places where I can see a possibility of actually doing something about those things which cause me pause or give me stress or that I find upsetting and disturbing. Again, sitting around and complaining about a problem, wallowing in the problem, that doesn't change anything, but it does change your physiology. It changes your mental state. It changes your outlook, and it can paralyze you. And so when I consume too much information, and I've always been like this, I can't watch prison movies. I can't watch movies about slavery and hardship against Africans. I can't watch those movies and just have them be entertainment. They always get in my bones. They always get in my spirit, and I always get moved by them or depressed by them. For me, once I get a piece of information, I only need to hear one good time, and then I'm trying to make stuff happen. I'm not going to sit around and wallow and complain, because that doesn't do anything for me but pull my energy down and keeps me from being able to move forward. And quite frankly, I think that when we do that, the enemy, whatever that enemy is that you are battling in that moment, wins. The enemy needs you on your knees. The enemy needs you hopeless. The enemy, whatever that enemy is, it could be in the realm of politics, it can be in the realm of your relationships, whatever that thing is, that energy of negativity, whatever that thing is that you're trying to combat, you not being at your best mentally, you not being rested, you not being optimistic, knowing that things can change, you being in a state of anxiety and despair works in their favor, because it keeps you from doing the activities and taking the action steps that could turn things around. So what I'm very simply trying to share is that I think it's important for us, watch the algorithms in your life. Not just on social media, but the algorithms in your life. Because once you click on something or scroll on something or read an article, the next thing you know, you become inundated with the information along those same lines, because somebody's reading your algorithms. Same thing happens in real life. Once you start attracting and hanging with negative people who are always complaining, people who got, a commitment to complaining about their problems more so than they have a commitment to resolving those problems, your algorithms, you're going to start to attract more people like that. And the next thing you know, you're going to be down on your back, not being able to do anything, right? So simple. This week, pay attention to what you pay attention to. Pay attention to where your eyes are drawn. Pay attention to the conversations that you're having. Are they uplifting? Are they optimistic? Are they energizing? Are they encouraging? Because if they're not, you got to fix that. Because you're not going to be able to do anything if you put yourself in spaces where your energy is being drained. Should you be informed of what's going on in the world? Absolutely. Should you participate in actions and activities to bring about a change? Absolutely. I'm committed to doing that. My life is about service. And at the same time, we've got to recognize what state of mind, what state of physical capacity we need to be in to maximize the chances that the work that we are doing is going to be successful. Having a mindset of negativity and the world is trash and nothing is going to change, that is not going to bring about anything positive. That's not going to bring about any transformation. That's not an energy that's going to be able to fuel you to go for the long haul. And again, it's not this toxic positivity. I talked about that a couple of weeks back. That's not what I'm saying. It is what it is. We've got to look around in this world with eyes clear, open, and have a real understanding of what's going on. Have a real understanding of the depth and the commitment that people have to their perceptions, to their viewpoints, and their willingness to go that extra mile. We got to know what's up. I had a mentor when I was in college. He used to say, you got to know who you are, where you are, and what time it is. So I'm not saying don't be aware, but what I am saying is don't allow yourself to become so overly consumed to the point that you can't see straight, that every conversation out of your mouth is about doom, gloom, and despair, because that's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy that keeps you from doing the work needed to turn things around. So check your algorithms. Like I said, I'm going through my social media and I'm unfollowing mad people, because I've got to make sure that I stay in a headspace that allows me to be of service to my family, to my community, and to the world at large. And I can't do that on my knees, crying and whining about stuff that is either beyond my control or that I can't really impact in a way that I want to, that I can't positively impact in a way that I need to, because my mind is fried from watching all this wahala and nonsense and foolishness. So again, message is pretty clear, simple. Check your personal algorithms. I say go do a social media sweep. Following one or two accounts that keep you updated about what it is that you think is important, I think you need to do that, because you need to know what's going on. At the same time, be mindful of what you repost. What are you contributing to the conversation? What are you contributing to the energy? Yes, keep people informed, but don't just start, reposting things because it becomes a habit. But are we really paying attention to what we're putting out? That's my question. And I'm trying to pay more attention to what is it that I'm putting out energetically from a commentary space. Am I coming from a place of fear, or am I coming from a place that knowing that the God consciousness that I follow is in control and is handling things? Am I coming it from a place knowing that I do have the capacity to impact the world, to impact my community, to impact my family? I do have that capacity to do that. I've been doing it for years, but my capacity is diminished if my mind is not strong. The capacity to bring about real change is diminished if I'm if I'm looking at it from a space of despair and woefulness. And I refuse to do that. Check your algorithms, y'all. What are you watching? Who are you listening to? Who are you rolling with? Because that energy is going to get inside of you and it's going to impact everything that you do. So if you're really committed to bring about significant change in any aspect of your life, in any aspect of the community, if you want to impact what's going on in the world, be mindful of your algorithms. Be mindful of what information you consume. And be mindful of the extent to which you let those things get into your consciousness. Because before you know it, you'll be in such a state of despair, sadness, sorrow, and lack of faith that the enemy, whatever that enemy is, whoever you think your enemy is, they're automatically going to win. All right? So that's it. Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. And if you find yourself succumbing, if you find yourself getting to a place of despair or depression or sadness, change the channel. All right? That's it. That's my message for today. I hope you all have a fantastic week, what's left of it. Wish me luck for my workshop this weekend. I'm really excited about it. And I'll see you next week, all right? That's it. Bye.